Looks like you're on, Jewel.
Okay, can I give you that?
Absolutely.
Here's the pressure. Okay, welcome everybody. My name's Julie Keaten-Reed. That's my website there. Welcome to our virtual art show. So a group of 7 of us artists throughout the country got together and we're coordinating to present to you like a live studio visit / art fair in lieu of actually going to an art fair. It's a little bit better than a static website visit, and we hope that you enjoy this the virtual show. So if you don't have the information about the show yet, I want to show you how you can access all of the information. So if you'll go to my website, juliekeatenreed.com, and across the top bar here, go to Virtual Art Fair and click that. That will lead you to an image which has all of us represented. It's got our bios and our Facebook pages. And then if you just keep scrolling down, you will see a calendar of events, things that are going to happen today and tomorrow, Facebook Live feeds. Yesterday, we had a meet and greet cocktail hour on a Zoom meeting with all of us artists. And then today what we're doing is, I think we've got 12 individual live feeds, and I have the honor of being first. I think it's because I'm on the East Coast. So I'll introduce you to the other artists. So we've got David Mayhew, photographer, storm chaser, instigator of this whole event. We'll hold him accountable for that later. Anne London, one of my all-time favorite animal artists, portraitists. I think you'll probably enjoy her work too. Laura Jung, also from Chicago. We've got Darren Jones from Chicago. Jay McDougall is a wood sculptor out of Minnesota. And Jennifer Cavan, oil pastelist from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Again, please check out my website. You'll get the links to the various artists. So that's kind of the big picture of what's going to happen today and tomorrow. And if you want to contact me during this live event, you can write comments in either Facebook or Instagram. Russ, my husband and cameraman there, will be monitoring that, and he will let me know of any questions you might have. You can also call or text. That's my cell phone. That's my website. And let's get going. First, I'm here on the floor because this is actually how I paint, flat on the floor on my paint-stained carpet. And I will be doing a little bit of painting later on, whether that's of interest to you or not, I don't know. I also wanted to show you some of my paintings that I've got displayed throughout the studio at the moment. So, Russ, can you follow?
Let's try.
Okay. So, for this very first Instagram live feed, I want to focus on the 27 by 27 size paintings that I do. This is kind of a very standard format for me, and I love the ratio of the square. And you can see I do a lot of trees and landscapes, if you're not already familiar with my work. I have my black and white and then just that little shot of color. So here's kind of a charming piece, I think. It's the tree, that intrepid little tree growing out of a rock cluster where it doesn't really belong. Got my blue trees here. These were done with some finger painting involved. And down here, this is the same teal color that I used up there, but with more water added to it, and I think it's just a really fresh springtime like feel. So even though these colors don't exist in nature, it feels like it ought to. This is a maple cluster. I have this Chinese friend, Yongxuan Guo. She doesn't do art shows anymore, but that's how I met her. And she used to paint with pink and orange in the same painting. And you would not think that pink and orange would look pretty together, but she showed me it could. And that's what I brought into this maple tree painting, and I think it just really does get to those fall colors. Nice little birch tree cluster here. I grew up in Wyoming, and fall in Wyoming is all about the aspen, the birch. Depends on if you're from the West Coast or the East Coast, but just get that idea of the white bark and the glorious gold in the fall.
I was making a joke about your feet because they don't have paint on them yet.
Oh, no, not yet, but they will by the end of the day. Another of my favorite themes are the little birds, and right now he's the only little guy I have right now, so I will actually be working on doing a new little bird painting. And over here I laid out the still life and flower paintings. Again, putting orange and red together, it's kind of my new thing. I love it. And usually I just do the one color, but this year has been a crazy year, I know. So I'm experimenting with actually putting more than one color in a painting. And it still feels to me kind of monochromatic. That's fabulous teal. There's a little bit of green on the brush when I was putting the teal down. That's why you get some of that green coming through, which I think looks a lot like glass, like a art glass. This is sort of loosely based on a magnolia blossom from a magnolia tree we used to have in Oregon. I've gone quite crazy with the color here too, but yeah. If anyone has a question about a specific painting, or you want to ask me or to go back and revisit something, I'll certainly do that. One of my crazy two-colored paintings here. I like to use the principles of Ikebana when I'm doing these still life paintings. There's such simplicity and harmony in Ikebana. I can't do actual Ikebana, like I can't put together branches and flowers in a vase and make it look elegant, but I can paint. And I know that if I follow those principles, I'm going to come up with a really elegant painting. So I'm really pleased with that one. Same with this down here, beautiful gold. I think in my work, the color is kind of the emotional driver of a piece. Like that gold has a really different feel than, say, the reds and orange. And I know everyone has their favorite colors, but I think there are some universals, like the gold is just evocative of sunshine and warmth. So that's the selection of 27 by 27s I have at the moment. But like I said, I will be doing...
Available now.
Oh, you can see them on the website. They're under
Shop.
Available now, and they are for sale.
And all the sizes and prices are on the website, and as always, shipping is no extra charge.
Okay, thank you. So, I thought also it might be interesting to show you how I paint. And this is kind of a big stretch for me because I do not generally like people watching me paint. I don't even like Russ to come in when I'm painting. But what the heck, this is get out of your comfort zone day, right? So this piece here is a fish painting that I started on yesterday, and Russ recorded it, so it should be out there in the world somehow if you want to see the first few brush strokes. So the way I do these kind of paintings is build them up in layers. So the first layer was my 3 fish, which I put down first. I let that dry, and then I came back with some real free-form brush strokes to give a sense of motion and energy. And this painting has a lot of energy flowing this way. You know, the fish are going this way. Even these sort of metaphorical fish, which are the brush strokes, are going that way. And I was thinking last night that it might be nice to have some energy that pulls you back into the painting. So like an eddy in a stream. And when I do artwork like this, I don't really know what's going to happen. I kind of hope for the best and just go for it. I've done a lot of paintings before, so I know that if I don't mess around with it too much, it's going to turn out to be beautiful. But if I'm too fussy about it, well, the painting looks fussy. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and add some more brush strokes to this and let them dry throughout the course of the day. Oh, and I also wanted to do a lighter gray than those dark black brush strokes. I think I introduced you all to my brush yesterday. Russ found this for me, and it's just one of my favorite. It holds so much fluid. I can get some really fantastic brush strokes out of it. Here goes. So my thought was to kind of, yeah, that's what I wanted. And it's not dark enough, so I'm going to actually add a little bit more paint and do it again. All right. But that's the feel, exactly what I wanted. And funny thing is I have to kind of watch out because sometimes these brush strokes infect other artwork. So let's try that again. Oh, yeah, that's it. So bringing the focus back in. Now, I just have to let that dry. I'll come back to it later this afternoon. The other thing I have to worry about is my studio is a former two-car garage, and there's just the tiniest bit of slope here, so all of this water is going to want to flow that way, so I have to mitigate that. And I usually I'll just keep turning this throughout while it's drying so that it doesn't all just flow one way. Or maybe I'll put this underneath it. Okay, so that's drying. Now, I said that I wanted to do some more little bird paintings, and I've been obsessed with hummingbirds lately, so yeah, bear with me, you're going to get another hummingbird painting. And I started this one too. So I've got the beak and the eye, and I started to do the tail feathers there. This is one of Russ's brushes. It's very tiny, very precise, which is appropriate for the little hummingbird. Oh yeah, it's gonna help. Didn't used to have to wear these. Oh, too dark. I do a lot of finger painting. I'm not sure when that started. Okay. There's the tail. Let's do the wings.
See if I can get any closer.
That's okay.
Oops.
So there's the ink for it. But the other thing I like to do for these guys is like smear the wings because you get more of a sense of motion. All right.
How's my camera on you?
Oh,
Can they see?
yeah,
Good.
I think so. I hope so. People will let us know. Okay, I'm going to keep working on this throughout the day. send us any questions if you have or comments. Although beware of my fragile artist ego. Positive comments only, please. Next in our art show virtual world, Darren Jones, in about 15 minutes, he's going to go live with his first broadcast, I guess. And again, if you don't know how to access his feed, go to my website, virtual tour, scroll down, and there's a Facebook link where you can hit that, and theoretically, we tested all of the links. It should take you right to his event. So, I'm going to just continue working on my little hummingbird now for a bit, and I find it hard to talk and paint at the same time. So if you'll just let me paint and ask Russ questions or get him involved, I'm just going to sit here and keep going. And I hope you enjoyed this visit, and we'll see you later today. Oh, I need these.
Bye-bye.
Bye.